everyone. Welcome to this episode of You Can Do It.
You can do it!
Powered by Special Olympics. My name is Nicolette Stearns, and I'm one of your co-hosts and co-producers. I'd like to give a shout out, as always, to our wonderful and hardworking technical director, Jason, and our equally hardworking creative consultant, Donna. And a special thank you to my awesome co-hosts, Adam and Terrell. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Great to have everybody with us tonight. Tonight is a special show, as you can see by Adam's beautiful background. We are going to talk about holiday traditions and share our stories, as we've done sometimes on the show, where we kind of get together almost like a family and trade stories. So tonight, we're going to focus on all kinds of traditions, ranging from food to family traditions to travel, whatever people do. Probably not a lot of travel this year. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Adam, can you start us off tonight and talk about your family traditions?
Yeah, so one of the big family traditions I can tell you about is every year since my parents got married, and even since I was born, they collect an ornament every single year to mark that year. They have, if you see on the tree, there's like one of like baby me in there, and then just we've got ones of airplanes and other types of cool things that just line the entire tree. And that's one of the big traditions that we have with that tree. But another big tradition that I personally like, because hey, it's food. My mom and I usually make the peanut butter cup cookies every year, which I just love. So there's a lot of different things that little things that we do, but those are the ones that stand out in my mind.
Wow, that's awesome. And hey, Adam, are
Yeah.
those cookies the ones that have like the Hershey's Kiss in the middle?
Better, the Reese's cups.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I knew you guys were going to come up with something really awesome tonight. I'm going to have to steal that cookie recipe from you.
Yes.
Thank you, Adam. Those were really great traditions. And I bet that tree looks incredible and brings back all kinds of memories when you look at the different ornaments from all the different years.
It sure does. And I mean, I think we've got so many ornaments now that we have to start selecting what we want on the tree. But as I get older, I'll take some of those ornaments and put them on my own tree. Right now I have a tiny tree because I have a small apartment. But as I get older, that's definitely going to grow.
Thank you, Adam.
You bet.
All right. Terrell, can you share your holiday tradition with everybody? And then, of course, we're going to open it up to this awesome group and hear everybody's traditions. Terrell, you got the Zoom square.
All right, so I'm going to start with my dad. When my dad was younger, he had rice and raisin, and that's he is a special food for him to have on Christmas Day. So it came and it turned into a big feast of food. We have salmon rice and raisins, and we have this thing that we wrap around our arms and say "Skål" for.
Hey,
Yeah.
Terrell, that is
Yes.
super cool. Remind me, is that not a Swedish tradition?
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
My dad is from Sweden. He have a big farm. He lived there for a long time, and all that.
Wow. And so every Christmas Eve, you guys have salmon and rice and raisins. And when you say that word, does that mean Merry Christmas?
Yes, I mean Merry Christmas, and you could say Happy New Year, but it really mean Happy Christmas. But people put on Happy New Year.
That's a great tradition, and how fun that must be to have everybody around the table on Christmas Eve kind of celebrating this Swedish tradition. That's a really cool one, Terrell. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome, Nick.
All right. Well, I'd like to take time now to open it up to everybody. We've heard already two cool stories and two of them having to do with different foods. And so now is a great time for all of us to share our traditions with each other. So let's go ahead. I would love it. So I can get to everybody. It really helps if you guys would just raise your hand in that Zoom square for me. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Sierra, can we start with you? And then I think I saw Tamia as well. So Sierra, we'd love to hear your tradition.
Basically, we do we do spend time with family. We do like gift exchanges every time. I would play with my little cousins, and like for food wise, we always have ham.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, I see Willie's hand is up. Willie, do you want to go next?
Okay, so in my family, we celebrate Christmas, and on Christmas Day, I open up gifts, which I have for Christmas, and then we was getting ready for church for Christmas Day. I was just putting on my gray tuxedo.
Thank you, Willie. That sounds very joyous. All right. I think next we've got Elena, Derek, and then Joe.
Well, one of our traditions we do a couple days before Christmas, we always go to Arlington Military Cemetery in Virginia. My grandfather, he's buried there. He's been gone for about 12 years now. And so we always make an effort to put a wreath or a Christmas tree on his grave. And on Christmas Eve, we usually do, because I got part Swedish in me too, we do a charcuterie board, but we just do it with just cheeses and meat and crackers, and sometimes we get a baguette. And Christmas Day, we just open presents. And on Christmas Eve, the movie we always watch is either Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life, because it's a classic.
Wow, Elena, thank
great.
you. All right, next up we have Derek and then Joe.
The tradition that I usually do for Christmas is I would open one of my gifts on Christmas Eve, usually once every year. So, and then Christmas morning, I'll me and my mom first give my dog Stewie his Christmas bone, because we usually give him a bone for Christmas. One year, he was so excited to have it, he was begging for it on Christmas Eve, because he kind of knew that there was a bone. So he was sitting by my mom's door, whining for it the whole time. I'm like, Stewie, you gotta wait till tomorrow, buddy. But then on Christmas, I open up the rest. We open up the rest of my presents. Again, my mom her gifts as well, and then we also do a breakfast casserole actually for Christmas morning. Yeah, it's very good. Yep. So yep.
That sounds really good. Hey, Donnie, or Derek, I'm sorry, can I ask you, is the casserole like egg?
Eggs and some sausage and a couple other things in there. Yep.
Yum, that sounds wonderful. All right, next up we have Joe Woo.
You know, my Christmas tradition. Every time I watch a movie, and we every time we join my parents every year. My dad passed away 5 years ago. Right now we don't do any Christmas stuff. We do get on tradition ourselves celebrate Christmas by our own. And also we do we this year's Christmas we watch a Christmas movie and Hallmark Christmas movie. I like all the movie. I like that. Thanks.
What's your favorite Christmas movie that you've watched?
Christmas Carol, Alan.
What makes that so special to you?
Because I like to Christmas to celebrate Christmas. Like watching my favorite is Christmas.
Mhm.
That's it.
Very cool.
Thank you,
Very
Joe.
well.
That was great. And great job, Adam and Terrell. Your questions are awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, next up we have Lakeia. We would love to hear from you. You can go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, I'm here. My Christmas, I'm doing to vacation.
Do you guys have any special holiday traditions you do during Christmas while you're going to be on vacation?
We're cooking together, cooking together and bake some something sweet.
That sounds great. So much to look forward to. All right, we would love to hear from some folks who haven't had a chance to share yet. I see David Godoy's hand and then Donnie. David, you got the Zoom square.
This Christmas, I'm going to help my mother decorate the tree, decorate the outside of my house with some Christmas decorations. As well, I'm going to help my mother do the nativity scene. And also, I help my mother do the cooking. I love to make salads during for the cooking. I like to make the salad and the rice. Sometimes I help my mother to make sure put things on the oven and put a timer on the oven. So once I hear the beeping on the oven, I can turn it off. As well, since we have a musical family in my house, we sing Christmas carols on Christmas Eve and as well as Christmas Day, and also at midnight we open the gifts.
So you guys open your gifts at midnight instead of in the morning after everyone's woken up, huh?
Christmas Eve we wait for everybody get together, sing along some Christmas carols, and at midnight we do the opening of the presents.
What's your favorite Christmas carol?
It will be Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock. That's a great one.
That was great, David. That sounds like so much fun. All right, next up we have Donnie.
This year for Christmas, we are starting a new tradition. I get to have a Christmas Eve meal at my sister Kirsten's house. I also get to meet Brianna one of my half sisters and her mom calling.
Wow, Donnie, that's so cool. And new traditions are super exciting. Thank you for sharing that. That was really awesome. All right, we've got a couple people. I see Jason's hand.
We have feast of seven fishes. On the Christmas Eve, we make lots of Christmas cookies. My favorite is a sugar cookies. We put out for the like 30 turkey seeds from around of the world. We have ornaments from different please we visit to put our tree.
Jason, that sounds like so much fun. And are the ginger cookies yummy?
Yes, ma'am.
We're sharing the recipe with Jason Trimmel for tomorrow night's activity.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, excellent. That's wonderful. I would like to get that information, please.
And you're going to eat it at Christmas Day?
Oh, probably before.
Before? All right.
Oh, Jason, thank you so much. That just sounds like so much fun. All right, we've got a couple folks we haven't had a chance to hear from. We would love to hear from Faith.
Yeah, Faith, go on, go for it.
I'm not going to my grandparents because of the COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm staying at my place and having my family come over to my place. So I have some friends over, like Holly coming over, and my dad's cooking, I think, but I'm going to open some presents at my house.
That sounds fun.
Because
What do you have a certain tradition, or what is something that you like to do on Christmas every year?
making chocolate chip cookies with my grandparents.
That's a pretty special memory to you, huh?
Yes.
Is there something else that you do every year that kind of gets you excited and in the Christmas mood?
Baking with my grandparents, and we go to this restaurant. It's a buffet. So it's a tradition to us to go out and eat together and not staying at that house. So we could take time to go out and then come back in to the house.
That sounds great. That sounds like it's something that you and your family get to spend the time outside of the house and just get to enjoy time with each other, right?
And Faith, tell me something. When you have this, when you go out to that restaurant, what is the best thing to do? Do you after you eat? Do you go home again?
Yeah, and relax and get all that stuff in my system digesting.
Right.
So I could eat some more.
All right, that sounds good. Yum, yum. All right, thumbs up. All right.
Thank you, Faith, for sharing that. That was wonderful. And I think we can all relate about not being able to necessarily see all the relatives we usually see, and probably share that on some level with you. So we hear you. We got you. I think we have Kirsten and Daniel. And would you guys like to share? Kirsten, would you like to share?
I like to open presents.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey, Kirsten, is there something that you and your family do that for every Christmas that you feel is very special that you and your family always do every year that you remember?
We like to go to church
You like to go to church
with
Cool.
my grandma.
Sounds great. Thank you, Kirsten. That sounds like a really wonderful Christmas celebration. Daniel, would you like to share or maybe put it in the chat? A Christmas tradition?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so Daniel did put it in the chat earlier. He said one of the things his family does is there's an ornament that's a pickle, right, Daniel? And your dad hangs the pickle in the tree somewhere, and people have to find it, and whoever finds it is the winner. And he says that's always fun. And I think that pickle tradition is actually a German tradition, or at least in that area.
So I didn't mention this earlier, but yes, that definitely is a thing. That seems to be a thing all over because our family does the pickle thing too. That sounds great, Daniel. That's a lot of fun to always do.
Wow, Daniel, thank you for sharing that. I have always seen the pickle ornaments, but I never knew that there was sort of a tradition behind it.
Oh, okay.
So thank you for sharing that. That was really cool. All right, I want to make sure that we got everybody. We got everybody in there.
I don't believe Nick Stearns has gone.
I think you're right. Well, let's see. Well, as you guys know, I have 3 children here, and we share a lot of the same things that you guys have said. We make cookies. Gingerbread is a big one. That was my mom's absolute favorite. My mom's been gone for about 8 years. She passed away. So we like to have gingerbread in her honor, and we decorate our gingerbread house, and then we always watch A Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. And like David, we open one gift at midnight. So not all of them, but one. So lots of little traditions over here at my house with the kids. So yeah.
How about next, Jason? How about Jason?
How about what? Oh, Jason, yeah. How about you?
So we share a similar tradition of the gift on Christmas Eve. And it usually has to be a gift from someone who isn't from within the house, something that maybe was mailed or dropped off. So it can't be someone from an internal. We do off and on, we've done a tradition that's kind of a Ukrainian tradition where you have the 12 dishes the night before. And they're not all huge, but representing kind of the 12 days of Christmas, and but it's a lot of food. And then something different, because I'm from Canada, we actually celebrate Boxing Day the day after Christmas, which is a national holiday. And for anyone from kind of a Commonwealth country or a country settled by Britain, there's a Boxing Day, so we celebrate that as well. So.
Is it a game?
No, it's just it's an old tradition from a long time ago where if you had lots of money in England on the day after Christmas, you got all your gifts, you would box up your older stuff that wasn't as new at Christmas, and then you would go around and share it with either your help or your servants or your people who are less fortunate. So you got gifts on Christmas. The next day you boxed everything up and you took it out and shared that other stuff with other people. So
wow, that's amazing.
Now it's
Show
just
me how to do it.
Wow, Jason, thank you for explaining Boxing Day. I never knew why it was called Boxing Day.
I never heard of that before.
Well, everyone shared some wonderful traditions. Donna, would you like to share yours?
Yeah, Terrell told us about our special tradition, which is a Swedish smorgasbord. And we just eat a lot of food and we drink a lot of different kinds of beverages. But the wonderful thing that we do is this thing called a skål, where you have to take some drink called aquavit and put it in a tiny little glass, and the person who ends up throughout the evening drinking the most, if it's a man, they get the title of being Skål Daddy, or if it's a woman, they get the title of being Skål Mama. And those are the people who can't walk, who can't get up from the table normally.
Yeah, it's that true, Mom.
Thank you, Donna. That was wonderful. Well, tonight has been very special, and I hope we are all now in a very festive mood as we move through this December. So, Terrell, what would you like to tell us about 2 weeks from now?
Okay. Yeah, is come back in 2 weeks. We will be here on Zoom. Be here, or be square.
Thank you, Terrell. And
You're
Adam,
welcome.
some wise words to leave us with.
And everyone, remember, always bring your questions. Happy holidays, and remember, be positive. Stay positive.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your traditions, talking about your foods and all the wonderful things you do with your families. Happiest of holidays. We'll see you right back here in 2 weeks. We have a life coach coming to talk about New Year's resolutions. So we will see everybody in 2 weeks. Be safe and be well. Happy holidays, you guys. See you soon.
Happy holidays to all. And a
Thank
good
you,
night.
everybody.